Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Dragon Warrior Randomizer Summer Tournament race. This is a race between Diabetes II and Beta. This was played last night live and is being restreamed here today, so you can see the action that you missed. So, thanks to RG, who's helping me track as well today, and with that, we're going to get started here in just a second. There we go. So the runners start today with Outside and Repel, which won't do a whole lot for either, probably, but it's better than nothing. Oh, they also start with the sword. So much for worrying about the getting started of the seed with no good spells. Everyone's off and running with the sword. 31 hit points means you're not going to die even if you run into a decently tough enemy. You'll get 2 shots, almost certainly. They both walk towards the coast and take a very easy fight that doesn't get them the level. And Beta's immediately setting up the reverse count, not wasting even a second to see the location of Tantagel relative to the edge of the map. Diabetes gets their first level, which comes with Heal More. Okay, no problem today. Let's just double check that all of our audio and everything is good. I think so. Let me know if there's anything I can tweak for you, but I think we should be all set for quite a race here today. Both our runners now at level 3, which came with very modest stat increases. Oh, you want a timer? You can do a timer. Give me a second. Saw someone just died. That's not great, but we need a timer. Let's say that. Let me double check here. It's a little off. There we go. Now we're synced up. Beta saying in chat that both seeds now have been sword starts for them, taking away all the interesting early game strategies that both runners, I'm sure, were planning for and had been practicing for. It all goes out the window as soon as you just get the sword and have 50 attack power on your very first attack. So yes, we have both runners kind of checking out the zones. Looks like they're both in the north-south zone because they're probably within 15 of the coast. And then Beta walks a little bit further than 15 over and immediately finds the wizard, which is probably what got Diabetes earlier as well when I was starting the timer. It's okay, just consider it a refill of Heal Mores when you ever need a Heal More. Yeah, Beta saying in chat that it looked like neither runner could really find the zone, but it looks like Diabetes has found the east-west zone now, and so has Beta. So getting those poltergeists, which everyone loves, it's a good sign you found your edge that you need to find. But you can't go too far north. You seem to wander into a more dangerous area quite quickly. And there's really no other way to go other than kind of this desert, so far at least. Maybe the plains along the coast up north are a path out, but for now, not too interesting. Yeah, heal and hurt at 5, heal more at 2 or 3. So, and the wizard in this zone says stay close to home for just a little bit longer. Yeah, we have Beta following along in chat, who of course remembers, since this was yesterday, what's going on. And yes, you see Warlock, you think you're in one of the starting zones, and then you see Wyvern or Wizard, and you know you're in the true randomness. And in this case, it's quite good. Takes 2 Metal Scorpions to equal that 1 kill of a Wyvern. So the question is, do you gamble with your life against the wizards to get slightly better encounters? Or do you stay in a little bit safer zone, a couple steps south? Oh, the wizards also have heal, so you really are excited to see a stop spell learned, and then wizards become wonderful this early on. But you can also just power through at the current level and come away with 120 experience. So here we go, level 7. Less than 7 minutes in, good pace. Gives us 34 hit points, and that gives us 109. So we already can heal more and not be full at level 7. We need heal most to really go all the way to our max HP. Diabetes also going for a wizard kill. Also seeing the heal, which is, you power through. You have the HP to take those hurt mores and heal more after. We'll see what Diabetes does here. Just keep swinging. The rolls are a little low to keep swinging through without the heal more. Yeah, we're gonna safety up. Oh, and then we're gonna give up. Okay. You know you're 30 experience away. You know there are better fights. I can see just trying to get that level before getting sent home. Yeah, and it looks like maybe even one road down from where Diabetes is a ghost, which is probably one of the starting zones. So this is probably the bottom row of a brand new zone with our wizards. But yeah, this is challenging to figure out in the middle of a race. You're trying to process so much information and figure out what to fight, how to fight it, think about when it's time to go explore. But when you're getting experience this quickly at level 7, you're not in a rush, I'm guessing, on either side here to really see the world. You'll take some looking around, but you really just want some good experience still. Beta gets a nice walk all the way to the town, which has keys. Okay. This might be an unavoidable town no matter what way you walk, because Diabetes went straight north to start, and Beta went a little bit west before north. So it might be a nice can't miss it kind of town. Yep, there it is. Can't miss it. Yeah, enemy heal, TLS in chat here, 16 to 23. And it looked like the hero was doing something around that range, like 13 to 26 maybe against the wizard, which means you're really just squaring up equal heal to attack, and hoping just it's only 75% heal, so you get your chance eventually. Okay, we get to see the chest here now that they're loaded up on keys. And it's a torch. Well, something had to go not perfect in this seed, so torch it is. So we got a lot of armor choices, which is perfect since we already have the sword. So we've got shields and a few armor choices in Rim. If we get back to start and see gold chest, that means we can really make use of that repel pretty quickly on all these enemies. So Beta, I think, threw a torch to try to get the wolf down without suffering the dodge, but then it didn't work, so I had to go ahead and take a risk on the swing at 19 HP or so anyways, and it worked out. Treasury, we do have a gold chest in the bottom left corner. We have a silver harp as well, and then another center gold chest. And then we have a guard who says, stop, but don't really stop. Go ahead, it's fine. Level 8 comes with return, which is quite helpful when you want to return to home and you don't have a red dragon handy to send you there. But we're going for it. We have 2 heal mores, should be fine. Even though we get hit for 53. 45, yeah. Yeah, no armor yet. 46. Checking out this red dragon. Maybe we'll get a crit. Maybe we'll roll high. Maybe it will stop rolling for 50-something every time. I mean, when you can hit for 21, you gotta go for this red. Especially when you have 23 agility, or 33 agility. So it looks like Diabetes has come back, get some armor here. We'll see if it's a large shield, or if it's, I think, a half plate. It's the half plate. And the small shield. You know you're not too far away from being able to afford the large shield, but you might not be back for a while if all goes well. So take the defense you can afford. Hope you don't run into a red dragon. But if you do, you can grab 2 more gold chests on the way out, which is plenty for a large shield next time. So no real rush. Large shield is on the way, assuming you do not live forever. Especially with the 3rd chest in the basement for more gold. Beta's gold rolls were a little better. Is 40 gold away from being able to afford both the large shield and the chainmail, or the half plate. So with this wizard kill, we'll let the purchases be a little more productive. Diabetes trying to preserve that last heal more. Oh, and gets away. Who needs agility? Just run. Easy as that. Reckonary more weapon oriented. It doesn't have as much that you need with the sword. Nothing worth coming here with a gold grind to buy. Diabetes choosing to kind of walk back towards the known coastline on the east side, rather than kind of get caught up in what could be a very distant west search. This kind of just checks off a corner that's close to home, but you may not come by again for a long time. So I like this kind of routing of, kind of sweep the map east to west if you start on the east coast here. And it looks like we start pretty close to the north, and that was a little town. That was a sneaky little town heading up here. Diabetes did a little double take and comes back and finds Caitlin. So we'll get our coordinates here in just a second too. Got Caitlin on the coast. Very, very scenic. Water on multiple sides. Much easier to defend from all the monsters that are roaming. You only have one exposed edge. Okay. Reverse count intensifies, as they say. 108 west. I think we were about 8 steps off the coast. I didn't check Beta's count. And so 5 south, we kind of know roughly how far we are from the top of the map. Maybe 4 zones. So yeah, find yourself an east coast. Maybe a couple steps off of that east coast and kind of middle of the map. That's where we're looking for another search spot. Yeah, I don't think Diabetes did the initial count, but there's now a huge incentive if you're so inclined to make that check of how far are we off the coast to start. There's also a question of, will I need that search spot? You've already got the sword. You've already got the harp. You still have a lot of checks to go. And will you need Death Necklace or Flute? We don't know. Oh, we've got dead ends here, kind of just past Caitlin. I don't know if there's any route out of here. Yeah, Diabetes seeing these giant stat gains, just huge chunks of stat gains every level here. I'd say has a slight bit more of the world seen than Beta, while Beta has a few more wizard kills to have a slight experience lead. But this early in a seed with this much HP, heal more, attack, sword, experience leads mean almost nothing when you can still measure them in 1 or 2 red dragons. So we're really looking at how quickly either runner kind of completes their exploration or settles in on what could be an endgame grind. With a sword, with heal more, there are many grinds that really don't get any better than this. So you could start to justify any sort of endgame grind you come across here in a spike tile especially. Diabetes comes back to start. Return spell hype. Does not count how far off the edge. I couldn't see the edge from that location, which means you're at least 7 tiles off the edge, maybe 8. I think that's the range of your sight, is 7 tiles, east and west. Diabetes kind of checking like the more immediate path west of Rim here near the start, knowing that all the kind of north towards the west is dead end around Caitlin. Both finding good fights. Rogue Scorpions, Wraith Knights. These are kind of 2-hit kills around here. Maybe a third, but with heal more, you're pretty happy to take these fights. like nice solid chunks of experience. Okay, Diabetes settling in for a little bit of a grind. Just a little bit. And finds out the Armored Knights have Sleep Hurt. Highly annoying, but not very lethal. Choosing not to fight, maybe that initial 13 damage swing, and it says, I'm here too long, let's just get a Mercy Rule, run, and move on. Yeah, we're moving on. Zone is polluted with that Armored Knight. Okay, it's kind of only one way to go as you pass Vrimildar. Through the swamp, through the mountains. Coming out now, getting closer to kind of the center of the map overall. We'll see how many different directions you can go from here. Yeah, we got a little stat check on screen of that wizard, now that we've seen a lot of wizards. 75% heal, 75% hurt more. Makes them extremely annoying. And no matter how strong you get, you're almost always just dealing with a spell. You can't defense break them. You can't really discourage them from healing. You have to hope you can swing right through that heal. And guaranteed to take, at least 30 damage without the armor. So, usually you'll love a wizard with an early sword fight. They tend to have pretty low HP at times. But that much spell, blah. Diabetes also doesn't, again, that we know of, check the edge and the count, but it could already could be noted. It is a very quick count if you do set it up. So we'll have to see what happens when Diabetes finds the Swamp Cave. You have the outside return combo. You can quickly grab the princess and head home. Problem is, once you find the princess and head out, you've got to go the entire width of the map again to get to that 108 west. So, it's a lot of walking, potentially a lot of re-walking. May has been in this fight with the Armored Knight forever, but gets through it eventually. Looks like very high hurt and very high sleep, maybe 50%. But the higher the hurt, the more likely it is you just don't die. So you will eventually win that fight. Green dragons with sleep as well. It's our second Sharlock enemy with sleep. Our runners still have very low agility. Under 40 here, even at level 10. Green dragons also have baby breath. So, like the Armored Knights, they're there to take your time, but not your life. The toll is simple. You just wait to wake up. Okay, straight south into another town for Diabetes. It's Hawksness. Plenty of MP. Really ready for anything. Don't have stop spell for the annoying enemies, but yeah, we're running from the wizards. We don't want anything to waste that MP. We want to just get right to the fight. Okay, we just saw this green dragon. We know it's annoying, but we know it's not too lethal. But it's also not our grind with the sleep, so I would not expect sticking around here. Take the item and run. Take the nothing and run. Yeah, I guess I was watching the Spike fight, and I guess we learned that stone men have stop hurt. Completely harmless stone men. Which is fine because we don't have sleep to deal with that. No sleep here even up until level 10. Not at a level 11 either. Some more stats, but still no hurt more, still no sleep. Okay, just past Hawksness, inside of Hawksness. Well, technically not inside of Hawksness. You have to walk one tile. You can get to Garenham. So we still need a large shield. I'm pretty sure we still need a large shield. We still need a large shield. We've got it now. Good. We saw the silver here. No, there's a gold grind. So that's an option. Beta's just getting force-fed, just force-fed experience on these fights. It's kind of in this area. That's going to be just north of Hawksness here. Even on the Plains tiles, there's an encounter every step, and those encounters come with 100 experience each. So, sure, we'll take it. Okay, harp trade. In the basement of Garenham, we have a harp from the start, from the treasury. And now we have a Staff of Rain on Diabetes' side. Beta kind of coming across all these same locations now, just a few minutes behind. Really, the difference is the fights that Beta has gotten and taken have been slightly better and more numerous, I think, basically around the world. Turned into 1,000 experience lead. But that's 3 red dragons, 3 or 4 red dragons. And here's one of them for Diabetes. This might be Beta's first green dragon, and we've seen a lot of sleep. Decides not to heal, I guess. Did 31 damage, so probably the right call. The green dragon only 25% of that weak breath. So right now that's not too much weaker than a physical. Goes down more if you have the armor, but it's not too common. So green dragon's just not good until you can stop spell them, and then even then, why? So Beta knows it's a town, knows it's not Hawksness, is going there next. Diabetes now decides, here's my grind. I'm a few steps from a refill. I've got red dragons. I need some experience. Let's do it. I like this call. I think Diabetes has been kind of looking for that zone for a while here. It's been pretty low on the experience, gaining for some time. The fights have had a lot of sleep involved, so I can see Diabetes saying, "Hey, I need experience. Let's just take what I can get." I've seen one of the spikes. That spike wasn't very good, so this red dragon might be as good as it gets all game. Yeah. I think Beta making a good point. The difference between level 10 and 50 strength, 30 agility, and level 12 with 79 strength, 136 HP, which means you can already get to 129 attack with the Death Necklace, 105 MP. Are we good to go? I think good to go, right? This is like, give me a Death Necklace and a few Fairy Waters, and I think you could make a reasonable case that the Dragon Lord's in trouble here, even maybe at level 12. Certainly 13 or 14 will feel very quickly. We've got Hurt more at 12 as well, so what little experience there is left to gain can come that much faster. Though we haven't seen a lot of Hurt more friendly enemies on the overworld. mean, Beta's already passing on werewolves. The potential for a 2-turn fight that you can get away from pretty quickly. It's only 90 experience, 95 experience, not even that good. I think we're taking other fights here. We're gonna low roll a Demon Knight. We're gonna really low roll a Demon Knight for 22 and not even be able to guarantee the 2-shot, but that's fine. We got it. Yeah, and here come, this is what we said. The experience lead was very small. Red Dragons can even it up extremely quickly. Beta not throwing out Hurtmores on the Wyvern. Now throwing out Hurtmores. Just, there you go. Still got some refill towns left to find, right? We could still find coal. Could still find... Did we see Breckenary? We did see Breckenary, right? So, just coal for refill towns, and potentially a lot of map left. So I can see being a little conservative on the MP usage, as you set out for potentially quite a long walk, knowing you have to go all the way to the west coast to get to the coordinate spot as well. Still have 2 full caves to clear potentially in Mountain and Grave. And then once you see your kind of last outpost of coal, you know that's your last refill until you get sent home. And there's our town, there's our coal. And there's another nothing. So we now are guaranteed 1 item on the search spot, and at least 1 of our story items in a cave. Potentially both of our story items in caves, and 1 of the other items on the search spot. We still have both big caves outstanding. Believe we even have tablet outstanding. So there's just a lot to do still. Yeah, Diabetes now moving out. Got a little bit more experience before refilling, and then just time to also start exploring. I think we know this little dead end down here. Hurtmore is the red dragon, as one does when one learns Hurtmore. It's just to let the red dragon know that you've got this. You're just choosing not to spam it. The overworld full of enemies with slightly more than 55 attack, just to make repel fairly useless. I'm sure these are fights that Beta would love to not actually see, given that it might be 500 experience to be extremely go. Golem? Okay, we'll take a golem. We'll kind of scout it a little more with another fight. Really doesn't hurt to have a lot of info on a golem, especially if you don't have the flute yet. Okay, let's see how Go level 13 is. 1 power, 3 response speed, 6 HP and sleep. Doesn't change a lot. You have to clear 13 Healmores on what could be 130 attack. referencing the old spreadsheet, yeah, if you can get 15 swings, you can probably win the fight. So, that's in play. The agility is awful. Armored Knights have sleep. Red Dragons are just very bitey. So either one of them could eat an entire heal more or more, even at 140 HP. So, no question, if you get efficient fights, you take them like that golem. We're on the west coast. We're clearly near the top of the map. Are we near the top of the map? I don't know if we are. I don't know. Let's just watch and find out what Beta does with these coordinates. Feels a little too far north to start searching, so onward south from here. Diabetes now only 200 experience behind, also getting level 13. Looks like at the bottom edge of the map. Yeah, that's pretty clearly the bottom of the map now. Looking for both caves still. Both deep caves. We know all of the caves and the search spot, all interesting. We need to see everything. Yep. Looks like Diabetes is kind of clearing out this southern corner. Hits for 40 and then still throws the hurt more. Hits for 40 and throws the hurt more. That's a very interesting choice with the werewolf dodge in consideration. Okay, Diabetes seeing kind of the southern corner of the map here and starting to search. Starting to search 3 steps in from the edge and very far south. I don't know if we know exactly where Tangential is in the north-south. Beta is searching as well, 1 row further towards the coast, and probably closer to the right latitude, but on different longitudes. Beta spoiling the search in chat, but I will not spoil the search here. We'll just watch nothing get found. Unlike the other 2 search spots where there truly was nothing, this one, the nothings just mean you have not found the tile yet. But they're in very different areas, so for sure one of them is wrong about that, as well as searching different rows, which means for sure one is wrong about that as well. Which means we could see neither of them find an item for quite some time, given where they're searching. I feel much more confident in Beta's latitude in the north-south, kind of being about right. But they might both actually be kind of squeezing, from too far north, too far south. I mean, here comes Beta again, another bit of coastline that, tell by this forest, is probably like 2 screens north of where Diabetes is and where Diabetes was cut off. And so Diabetes has to do a big arc around the map to get back to this area where Beta is. But has already done a lot of searching in the southwest corner. Beta on the level 14 fight. There's really no reason to pass this up, but you're also very worried that this is the last fight and you have so much left to do. 4 strength and 4 more MP. Yeah, now you're looking at, with the Death Necklace, 124. You still might find the Fighter's Ring to get, or 134. Still might find the Fighter's Ring for 136. Even if you don't find the Fighter's Ring, Fairy Water and 13 Heal Mores and this much HP, you've got multiple doubles. Even at what's going to be about 70 defense with the armor, you still get doubles. So this feels like probably the last fight that Beta wants to take. Beta kind of clearing out this section and going second continent. Or somewhere on the first continent we just haven't seen yet. Diabetes here with the jingle at 14. You also see the level of enough. Crossing the swamp, crossing the mountains. Beta in Mountain Cave. Beta having done quite a lot of searching, and even though Beta is here in chat, since this is not live, I'm still going to hypothesize that feels like a miscount rather than not actually finding the right vertical north-south area. Now probably just hopes that that's the flute on the chords, and it's really just hoping to see your story items here in Mountain Cave and then find the armor somewhere else and not need that coordinate, because it means recounting from the start. Okay, the Death Necklace, very essential, needed at this point, really, to feel very good about the fight at the end. 134, very comfortable against DL2 now. Last chest in Mountain is the token. Okay. Okay, Grave. Can Grave bail out the Count? This is back on the East Coast, it looks like. Is that just south of Start, where that mountain range was? Can Tangential be seen from that northern edge of this continent, below that mountain range? I don't know if you could see the castle to realign the count, but Beta's going to just grab the princess now. You don't want this fight, but it's there. It's in the way. Diabetes taken fights as well, coming out of Coal, finding the nothing in Coal. One way to avoid whatever the werewolf's packing is to just crit it for 103. Beta chucks the torch just to make sure that The princess gets nothing for her love, apparently. Just go straight in the inventory. No time lost to that message. Yeah. Beta saying in chat the obvious. The panic level is off the charts for both runners right now. Diabetes, I mean, down 1 game to nothing. Go stats missing 3 items and 2 trades is just terrifying because, you know, Diabetes hung out in that red dragon grind for some time, and you know, that time could have been spent making progress on the searching. And instead now we're potentially really over leveling the rest of the seed. You know, we're trying to just run from experience that would not be that hard to get if you fought it. But, you know, Diabetes still taking that werewolf, 2-turn werewolf for 95 experience. Not very efficient, but when you're talking about just needing 1,000 more experience for a whole nother level, could be a lot of insurance involved. Could be agility. Agility could help quite a bit. Okay, Diabetes seeing another bit of coastline. Maybe going to confirm that it's coastline. Doesn't search there. I don't know if Beta knows where there's a magic armor, but actually is quite close to magic armor money at this point. And given you don't have armor, break the fourth wall. Beta, you're here in chat. Did you think about grabbing a couple gold chests out of the treasury to top up to 7,700 and grab the magic armor and rim? No, it's too much panic. We just need to find things. Just get to things quickly. Yeah, makes sense. There's too much to find. Too many ways to find armor before you get into Sharlock. Probably won't die, so magic armor stays on the table for quite some time. Okay, Diabetes seeing all the caves. It's gonna kind of notice where the search left off last time. So this is where Diabetes kind of got cut off from the search. And it's gonna pick it back up. Again, 1 row in from where Beta was searching, but these rows have been searched. And there are the stones. That's enormous. So this is actually means we start pretty far south. Diabetes probably searched off the bottom up 20 rows, across that water, and then a few more rows up. So probably started 2.5 zones from the bottom, so 5.5 zones from the top, which means I think both myself here and Beta in the race kind of positioned Tangent a little farther north in our heads than it really was. But took both runners quite a lot of searching to get to that row. Either way, it just Beta was also off by a column. So we're gonna get to see the 1 tablet chest before we try to find the 5 in mountain. So Beta is still hoping for an armor here. Not a key. Not a key item. And oh, maybe we have seen mountain. If we've seen mountain, we need to find grave. Where is grave? Diabetes a couple checks away from finishing the set, having already traded the staff. And actually only 30 experience away from another level. Sees a couple weak enemies, decides to throw on the repel. Maybe wasn't throwing on the repel to hope for a middling fight, just to grab the level. But here we are outside, and still looking for the armor, but have the death necklace, have the items. Question chat, yes. Has Diabetes seen the Jerk Cave? Yes. I believe it's right next to the swamp, the other side of the swamp. So this is why I haven't returned. I'm going to just kind of check for grave here. Probably walk back from north to south in swamp. And then you can see on beta screen, that's swamp and Jerk on the same screen there, I believe. So Diabetes can pop right out and do the trade on the other side. Beta checks, sees off by 2. Off by 1 column, and it just has to go a few more rows south to pick up the stones. Okay, and then we get, at least it's right here by the trade, so actually not too poorly routed. Had to do that trek to the second continent no matter what. And now can make the trade as well. Oh, here's Grave. Okay. It's just a little bit further north and east of Jerk. So actually they should both find it quite quickly. Comes with a flute and a torch. And probably an herb. Gonna go south from there, but this shouldn't go far. It should turn right around. Diabetes having to dive it, of course. You just have to check everywhere for the potential armor. Diabetes picked up level 15. I didn't see the stats on 15. And there are 3 strength, 2 agility, 9 HP, 4 MP. It gives you another heal more that you didn't really need with the death necklace. 2 agility does not help. Diabetes gets away. I think that was a mercy rule. But now heals right up to 130 before finishing this dive. Has no MP, so Red Dragons here could get pretty dicey. Diabetes basically like 1 minute ahead on clearing out the cave. But Red Dragons could have a lot to say about this. That's another mercy rule. I think probably just uses those herbs and hopes for the best. Beta gets away. Still has all herbs and 2 heal mores. Hasn't seen a red dragon in this zone. Beta hasn't. Gets to 1 chest. Much better resource shape to get to the final chest, which is a key. Has Diabetes seen everything? Has Diabetes seen Tablet Cave yet? Only thing I think I missed, if it happened. Diabetes has to walk out of here if I can take this death. Slowly, with the sleep, baby breath, green dragon. But a death is still fine. Okay, so now I think Beta has actually seen more. Seen everything. Still has the magic armor money. Has not died. Was able to outside and return with that 16 MP. And one more repel to get a magic armor. Red Dragon, no, please. I'm not sure. Has Beta not seen you can just go straight north to get to Rimeldar? Takes this dangerous route through more uncertain zones and loses the magic armor money. That's just... ugh. Yeah, first red this close to home, popping up for the first time to steal the cash. Silver Shield is in Garenham, which is right next to Charlock. So you have to go there anyways. So from Diabetes' perspective, just get everything. It's on the way. Yeah, I think Beta says it right. Magic armor is the big thing you need here, right? You really want a little bit of heal walking. You want to mute the hurt mores that you might see on this dive for the armor. You are not really going to defense break anything with this low agility, so a Silver Shield doesn't really change your fortune significantly. Doesn't get you past these sleep green dragons. Yeah, it's just not going to add a lot to have a Silver Shield. But magic armor is quite nice, again, for slight restorative properties that it has. Beta with the little hawk sit right there, kind of in and out. It is not Garenham, next town. And it's time to go. Yeah, so Diabetes taking a very calculated but reasonable gamble that Tablet is not where the armor is. It's a Jet Seed. You've been at go level for 10 minutes. You don't have time to wander the map for a single chest. It's just if it's there, you lost, and you take that 12% chance. Because if you search for it, you almost certainly ruin your odds. Much more than 12% in a race like this. Plus, there's a chance your opponent also could not find Tablet. So maybe it's not even a 12%, odds of a loss on that front if it's there. Yeah, Beta using a heal more here to start. I mean, certainly have the heal mores to spare, even if you use one. You're going to have 137 probably 139 with the fighter's ring. And you still have 13 heal mores, which is far and away plenty. 139. I have 12 swings is all you really need. And you have 13 heal mores still. Magic armor would be a little bit of heal walking, but we're probably talking 2 or 3 herbs worth of healing, maybe 1 heal more worth of healing. You've got the heal more spare. You just have to get away from things like this Armored Knight. And the Armored Knight is just not having it right now with the sleep. 3, okay, not 3 sleeps, just a hurt. Gets away. Okay, Diabetes, right behind. Big difference here is a lot more armor. 20 more defense, which takes about 3.5 to 4 off the average physical attack. So the Armored Knight that hits you 3 times probably does 10, 12 less damage if you have to mercy rule it. But it adds up because you also can heal walk. Potentially, especially with this high HP, you can leave yourself some space to heal walk almost all the time. You know, even here there's 4 HP worth of heal walking to be done after the heal more. So, you know, getting a little bit of value out of the magic armor on this walk. Discussion in chat. Do you go to the single chest in the middle of the maze? And now that you've seen sleepy armored knights on the top floor, you want nothing to do with another step in this zone. You can help it. So you're going straight to the bottom and hoping it's there. I mean, Beta also, you know, using heal mores, but you're not going to get the HP back, and it is the most efficient way to fill back up. 2 run fails against a red, 1 step, and another red that back attacks. Okay, so Beta now certainly on the single dive, or sorry, 2 dive plan here. Maybe if you get there with absolutely no more damage taken, but another red dragon is almost certainly not going to allow it. Yeah, so Beta now on survival, outside, refill, and Garen Hammond go back. That's baked in to what's happening here. Diabetes, again, with slightly better armor. Heal walking, although not as far into this walk, is 2 or 3 heal mores ahead. But this is a zone that could get really nasty. We just saw multiple red dragons in this floor that Diabetes is on right now. And there's one of them. Beta on the bottom zone, the U room. We got 5 new enemies to try to scout out. I mean, obviously you don't want to see them because you want to go fast, but info is info. So Beta probably counting your potential 5 unique enemies down here. 3 dragons going to cost you some time, but not scare you too much. Golem, we have the flute. You know, we need to be really conservative. Diabetes does need to be conservative here. Has 11 heal mores, which is still viable for a 12 swing fight. And there's your armor in the 100 chest. Outside refill. I think Beta's going to be feeling good, even if it's not fast, to get through now with the armor and the heal walking that comes with it. Diabetes protecting every bit of health here. Obviously, there's still 2 chances out of 8 the chests. None of these chests have armor. So it's not a given that this is it for Diabetes right here. 25% chance that there's no armor, and it's going to learn. It's here. It's going to keep looking for a fighter's ring. Going to get wings and wings. Yeah, we haven't seen anything too scary on the bottom zone yet. It's things that you can get away from. We're going to chuck a torch. No, we're just not going to check the last item. Yeah, I mean, been talking about run luck. Yeah, I mean, I think the back-to-back reds, you know, in the decision room, you know, it was already over by then, maybe, as far as a single dive, but you know, had lost more heal mores by then, and Diabetes did not get that kind of run luck, so was able to kind of power through with the existing resources. Heal walking with magic armor is good, but it's not 3 or 4 heal mores difference is good. We've got the stop spell hurt golem, or stone man here, to serve as the Dragon Lord's private guard. Not very battle tested apparently, to see that combo is very useless against heroes. Okay, lots of resources. I mean, I think the Death Necklace is the right play, but it's not a given. You also have quite a lot of double potential still at 154 HP. Double, basically max roll hurt mores from the Dragon Lord. A third hurt more and then a heal more. I'm trying to steal a bonus swing with these herbs. Even though I don't think at 139 and 11 heal mores you should be too worried about it, but a swing is a swing. If you can lock in one more, you know, safety first. So yeah, I'm not a good counter. I don't count in my own races the Dragon Lord health, so, and I definitely can't do it while kind of watching 2 streams. But yeah, I think, you know, starting with the first attack, rolling 9 to 19 is the range. As long as we don't see a lot of low rolls in very strong position. 17 is kind of what you want to see if you're a little nervous about the fight. Beta now all the way in the U room again, where there's not too much of a resistance as far as enemies go. I think a little bit cleaner of a walk. Would have liked to see that the first time, I'm sure. Having to use basically no resources on the second dive is super, super, super confident at this point. But Diabetes now just likely 4 or 5 swings away, has the MP. Not so good. You want to see a little bit bigger number, as you are very scared of the dun showing up on the other side any moment. Oh, a 19. Okay. A max roll makes you feel really good. Last swing. I didn't think it'd get this far, but that's enough. Get your GGs out for Diabetes. Final swing. Single dive. Grabs the armor. Grabs the ball of light. Jets off home. Does not have to wait for the princess. And it's off to find a new land to rule. Yep, congratulations, Diabetes. Evening the series up, giving us a Game 3 in the future of what has been 2 extremely close races. And I'm looking forward to a 3rd extremely close race between these two. So I'll look forward to that when it gets scheduled. Beta here to finish up. I will switch the audio over. And let us listen along. $14 Healmores. Get 17 to start. Quite nice. Diabetes' timer finished at 1:10:12. So I think that's pretty close to the official time. Beta now, don't look at the MP because we're going to finish with multiple Healmores, starting from absolutely full. So probably only 3 or 4 Healmores away from the finish, which means under 4 minutes, almost certainly. Grabbing that extra swing, max roll of 52 from the Dragon Lords, that 53 is a little double. Why not? There's a 51. Doesn't scare you. You know it's 53. Yeah, we're getting pretty close here. Although it's a very high HP Dragon Lord, maybe RG can throw up the Dragon Lord HP just to confirm it. And now that we've seen the end of the fight. Yeah, there it is. The 165. So, good count in chat to nail that 165 on the first fight from Diabetes. There we go. GG Beta. Yeah, I mean, Princess comes out, jumps in Pac-Man's arms and heads off. Does Pac-Man have arms? But yeah, very good races. I think we saw a lot of early strategizing about grinds, how to take those, picking your refills, picking your shopping. I mean, Beta getting really picked off by by the red dragon that no one had ever seen. I don't think either runner saw a red dragon in that zone walking to Rimuldar. Diabetes in chat, thanks. Swing is a swing, I said, right? And it took every single swing, including going first on 61 agility. So, yeah, I mean, that's why you go for it. That's why you try to squeak out every swing. Seen a lot of races this tournament where I feel like 95% by the calculator, and somehow the rolls aren't there. I feel like it's maybe even more than 1 in 20 that these kind of XCOM odds of 95% have really come through this tournament. So better safe than sorry. Try to squeak out one more swing and send it to game 3. We'll let beta stats run through to see it all on the VOD. I'll pause it up here at the end screen as we get past all the stats one more time. If you're here, stay tuned. I'm going to go offline for just a minute to switch over to another vodcast, which is the Hoodie Atom Raptors round of 32, game 3. So I'm going to pause it there. Thanks everyone. Thanks RG for helping out on this stream. Thanks chat for coming in and adding some color to my commentary here on Voice. I'm Brian Williams 42. And yeah, stick around. I'll go offline for just a few minutes, come back with another race, and we'll see it then. Have a good night, everyone. See you in a minute.